From the studios, it's Election Yard. We're here on election night in the 11th District of New Jersey. This was a special election which took place April 16th, a Thursday special election. No, not a Tuesday, a Thursday special election. This was a Democratic defense, and the Democrats have held on to the seat. Let's get into the numbers. At the time we recorded this, about 90% of the polls had reported, and Analilia Mejia, the Democrat, had about 60% of the vote even. Joe Hathaway, the Republican, had just under 40%. That margin might narrow a little bit further. It looks like most of the vote that's still out is in the Passaic County portion of the district, which is the reddest portion of the district. So the final margin for Mejia may settle under 20 points, but you can see that it is a big win for Mejia, who actually outperformed Mikey Sherrill in this district. So Mikey Sherrill is the governor of the state, but this was her district, and this is the reason that there's a special election. So Mikey Sherrill won this district by about 15 points last time, and Mejia right now, at about 90% reporting, is winning it by about 20. And in terms of a swing, this is about a little under a 3-point swing to the Democrats. So right now we're going to show you what the district looks like, so you can see Morristown, Wayne, and some portions of Essex County are in it. So there are portions of 3 different counties in this district. So you have Passaic County, which is the smallest, then you have Essex County, which is the bluest, and then you have Morris County, which is most of the land area, and that obviously includes Morristown. So as I'm doing this, the numbers have updated again. So the Essex portion of the district, this was very, very pro-Mejia. Mejia won the Essex portion by about 42 points. Final numbers TBD. The Morris County portion of the district, much closer. Mejia winning by about 7 or 8 points. And actually, while I'm doing this, the Passaic County portion of the district flipped. Hathaway, the Republican, leads by only about a point. But if you want to know how that compares to the numbers from 2024, well, Kamala Harris won the Essex portion of the district by about 29. Donald Trump actually carried the Morris portion of the district by about 2 points, and Trump carried the Passaic portion by about 17. So all of these numbers are definitely trending towards Mejia and the Democrats here. So the signs were starting to become clearer as we got closer to Election Day. So we had done a preview last week, and we didn't have the full picture of how the early vote was going to look, and obviously we didn't know what the Election Day vote was going to look like yet. But over the course of the day today, as we got closer to poll closing, it started to become clearer what the situation was. In New Jersey, you have party registration statistics that are available for the people who have voted, and the Democrats were definitely the largest group of people that voted in this special election. So really no question that Mejia was going to win this election. It was just a question of how much. And in the preview video, we talked about, well, you know, maybe the margin could be a little less than what Mikey Sherrill won by. I mean, after all, Kamala Harris did win this district in the single digits, while Mikey Sherrill ran ahead of Kamala Harris, winning the district by about 15. So a slightly smaller margin wouldn't have been that surprising. But in the end, and we're still waiting for final numbers to settle, it could end up being a bigger margin than Mikey Sherrill had in 2024, someone who had represented this district for a few terms. So that was what we were looking for in order to call this a good Democratic night. Obviously, winning the seat, holding on to it, that's good news for them. But increasing the margin here, winning by more than Mikey Sherrill did, that's what they wanted to see, because here at Election Yard, what we do also is we track state legislative special elections, and there have been dozens of them already this year. And what we have seen through most of them is Democratic candidates running in these micro-level state legislative special elections, running ahead of Kamala Harris's numbers in whatever districts those are across the country. So the Democrats, no doubt, in a larger district like a congressional district, they wanted to see that they could overperform those numbers here too. And not only did they overperform Kamala Harris's numbers here by quite a bit, because I believe Harris won this district by about 8 points or so. Not only did they overperform those numbers, but they also overperformed Mikey Sherrill's numbers. So a really good result for the Democrats. Analilia Mejia going to Congress as a progressive after a very, very interesting Democratic primary. She will be a progressive representing this district, which by all accounts has gotten a little bluer from last time. So Democratic momentum is continuing in these special elections as we start flipping the page into May soon, when there will be more primaries and then more special elections coming up in June. So good night for the Democrats in New Jersey, holding on to the 11th district. Looks like they're going to end up with an increased margin from the last election. And for more on elections, Election Yard, like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. We'll see you soon.